The Victorian era was a time of growth and change in England. The time period is from 1832 to 1901. England was at the height of its power. The Industrial Revolution helped to make Britain dominate world politics. Throughout the world, there were dramatic changes such as the French Revolution, Latin American revolutions, and the production of coal. Queen Victoria took the throne at the age of 18 and ruled for 63 years. Construction of large bridges and the development of the sewer system helped to grow Britain rapidly. It nearly quadrupled, with Britain taking over India, New Zealand, and other countries. When her husband Albert died, Queen Victoria completely removed herself from society. For 13 years, she did not show up to Parliament. The people felt her absence and questioned the resourcefulness of a monarchy. What the people didn't know was that she kept up to date on all matters, keeping a more private life. Victoria's 63 years in power show us that the Queen cannot change her politics of the country, but can be an important symbol of the unity of a nation and can provide important impulses for the political and social life. The Tractarian movement began with John Henry Newman's conversion to Roman Catholicism. This lasted approximately 15 years and was one of the many transformations in religion during the Victorian age. This movement argues that since Christian religion was so superior to government, secular powers had no authority to interfere in religion, no matter what reasoning. Churches were not well represented in new industrial cities. Beginning in 1843, the government started investing into the production of church building. Approximately 2,438 churches were built or restored between 1851 and 1875. When an 1851 census showed that out of the 18 million people residing in England, only 5.2 million attended the Church of England services, there was a change in social reform. The rise of non-Anglican Protestant denominations, such as Methodists, Baptists, and Quakers, is very apparent in data taken during this time period. Between them, they represented nearly half of the worshipping nation. This led to the 1871 Act of Parliament that abolished all religious requirements for mandatory attendance at colleges in England. Theories that were released throughout this time period made a large growth of non-religious people. For a lot of people, there was a large struggle explaining science and religion as a whole, so many people became secular in traditional beliefs among churches. The theory called natural theology was created by William Paley. This theory was established as a natural religion that people could ameliorate quick changes against people who doubted their religion. For example, Christian ideals attempted to reconcile revelation between God and Jesus Christ with human reasoning. Another theory that provoked question was Charles Darwin's Origin of Species, in which it showed an argument that organisms had evolved. At the time, the term mutations was not created, and the idea of evolution was just a concept with no based evidence. Darwin released a book called The Origin of Species, specifically talking in complex detail about the idea of evolution and how it correlated with religion. But this theory specifically drove people